Hello, language lovers. Today, I have a weird camera setup, so hopefully this will go okay. Hopefully my writing is big enough. What I'm going to talk about is expressing the possessive in Zulu. This is just going to be part one of probably a couple parts, because there's several ways of expressing it that may be hard to fit into one video. So what we have here is basically how to say something is mine, his or hers, yours, ours, yours plural, you all. I put y'alls on here. That's not necessarily proper English, but that's kind of how helps me remember it, and theirs. So, important to expressing the possessive is understanding that all nouns, the names of all things, well, I guess what, people, places, and things, right, all fit into a noun class. There are roughly 15 noun classes, and the class of the word fits into determines the suffix that you attach to the possessive. It sounds kind of complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. Okay, so jumping back over here, we have to say mine will be ami, his or hers is ake, yours is ako, ours is etu, and yours plural is enu, and theirs is abo. So to go through the classes here, we have class 1, the umu class, and what you do when you're taking the noun class, right, and based on the noun class, there will be a subject concord. For umu, that subject concord is u, or you, and you take that subject concord, add a, and from that you get y. So you have u-wa, u-a becomes y. So if you were to say something such as umuntu, meaning people, or rather person, you would say my people would be umuntu wa me. The y goes into the ami, becomes wami. Okay, I don't know why you would say my person, but just an example. So the second class is aba, and we can follow that same example with the word abantu being the plural of person, people. Okay, so you have ba plus a gives you ba, so you would say abantu bami, my people. It's a little bit more realistic of an example. The next one is the O class, which has the same subject concord ba and possessive concord ba, which I don't think I actually referred to this column, but this is the possessive concord. This is the prefix that goes onto your possession word. So let's see. Noun class 4 is imi class. Subject concord e plus a, iya, ya. Okay, ili, li plus your a gives you li, a, la. An example, the li is in parentheses because it is typically unpronounced, such as the word iligati for cat. Okay, it's typically people would just say igati. Okay, so you have li, la. So if you wanted to say your cat, you would have igati la ko. Igati lako, your cat. On my class, you have a, which just remains a for the possessive concord. Ec, you have subject concord si, and possessive concord si, a, sa. So if you wanted to say something like isikole, school, you wanted to say his school, you would have sikole sake. Sikole sake. Easy class. Now this is a plural, a class for plural nouns. So if you were to say something such as izinkwadi, books, you have izinkwadi za. Izinkwadi zami, my books. Next class noun, in, or in, e, and just like you had up here, e, a, ya, izin. You know what? I just realized I made a mistake when I said easy, because izin wadi actually belongs in this class, so it would be izin wadi zami. But the subject concord and possessive concords are the same. However, I believe it would actually be izin. Izin wadi is the class. Sorry about that. Ulu. Another example of, as you can see here, the lu being parenthesized and typically not pronounced. So much so that when I think of this word, I have to question, is this even an example? Tando. Typically you think of the word love, tando, is actually ulutando. So you have, for example, a popular name. I have a friend named Oluwetu, which is short for Tando Oluwetu, right? So you have ulu, lu plus a gives you luwa. So you have luwa plus the e2 over here, the a and the e become luwetu, Tando Oluwetu, our love. Nice name. So now you have the ubu class, and you have bu, a, ba, and the uku class. So you have subject concord ku, a, hua, kua. So it kind of flows. So you can kind of pick it up with not too much trouble, I would think. So what I wanted to do now is just a few more examples. So I have a couple that I worked out and a couple that I'm gonna just work out here on video. So we have, and I hope my writing's not too small. I'm gonna try to write as big as I possibly can here. First one I already worked out. We have imoto yami, my car. So you see E is noun class. Whoa, that's not right. Imoto. Do I have a typo here? Oh crap. Imoto. Yeah, that never happened. Let's get that moving on. Umbede. Noun class 3. Umu. So you have umbede wako, your bed. Next word we have inkwama, and what we're trying to say is their bag. So I'm sorry, what did I say? Easy kwama. So we look and we see that easy is class 8. So if we want to say their bags, we have to take za, okay? And I hope this does not fall. Easy kwama za bo, their bags, okay? Now we have igama. Igama is name, and what we're trying to say is your name. So we have class 5, and I'm looking at this thinking that the mistake I may have made may be that the first one is not 9, but it's actually, I think that would actually be 5, which would make that lami. Don't want to mislead the viewers here, but I don't want to leave that hanging either. Whereas igama is class 5, which gives us, well yeah, it's also class 5, sorry, which gives us la. So igama, la, and we know your is what? Ko. I kind of what helps me remember, oh no, it's falling. What kind of helps me remember how to say your igama la ko. and this is just a little thing, it may just kind of work in my head, but I see the O and I kind of think of like your, like kind of like ko, and then like the O and your, or yo, like your name. But just something that kind of helps me out. Moving on. So we have isi kola. Actually, we did that example earlier. So we had isi, si, sa, isi kola. Isi kole, sa, ke, isi kole sake. His or her school. Abanchwana. We had an Aba example earlier also. So we know that Abanchwana is the Aba class, which is ba, which would give us, if we want to say your plural, or y'all's kids, is the inu here. So inu plus ba, e, nu, benu. Abantu, benu. Okay, so next one we have itafula, which is table, and this is also a borrowed word. I believe I don't know if all borrowed words, but a lot of borrowed words are in the class 5. Just like igati is a borrowed word. If you notice, it sounds a lot like cat, igati. Itafula, and these words are borrowed, some from English, some from Dutch. I'm actually not sure if this one is English or Dutch, but anyway, like you see up here that ili is not pronounced, it's just itafula, but it is in that ili class, so you have la. So itafula, la, itu, letu, itafula, letu. Next one, amatikiti, also a borrowed, and you know what, I actually don't think I wrote that one on here because it was like I believe it was like a class 3A or something to that effect, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry, yeah, it is on there, my bad. So, amatikiti, borrowed word, tickets, and when we say your, so you have amatikiti, okay, man, this is getting sloppy. Oh, it's not too bad. And now you have a kudla. Now, kudla, or the uku class, was a hard one for me to think of examples for outside of food. This is a funny word because ukudla, although it is a noun for food, it is also technically uku, the infinitive la, eat, to eat. So it's the same spelling as if you were to say to eat, but it also means, in this case, food, as a noun, food. So uku class gives us, I lost it that quick. Uku class gives us ku, kwa, ukudla, their, food, ukudla, kwa, bo. It's a bit to remember. I studied for 3 years and I can't say I knew all of them. And some words you'll look at and you'll get used to figuring out what class they are on first sight. Sometimes you will make mistakes. Interesting thing, I thought that when I went to South Africa, and I hope I'm not talking too much here. When I went, I try to wrap this up. I asked the guy how to say something. I asked him how to say beautiful girl. Actually, because I met Dr. Owetu. And he told me intombazane, umuse intombazane, which takes what? Intombazane, in class, right? But he told me umuse intombazane, which is technically grammatically incorrect. So, I imagine not everybody uses perfect grammar, and I thought that was just an interesting example. So that's just kind of an intro of one way of expressing possession in Zulu. There's a couple other ways, which I will I'll follow up with a video on that later. Thanks for watching.